In this video, I'll be playing Minecraft and keeping you company as you fall asleep. In this episode, we explore some more, do some treasure hunting, and start some of the final builds near the end. So feel free to relax, and we'll get started. Alright, welcome back to another video in our sleep world. So the sun has just gone down, and yeah, we have just reached day 70. This is the end of day 70 in our sleep world, and we've accomplished a lot. And I would like to take Sammy out on another adventure. Now that we have a lodestone compass here, we are able to travel in any direction we want without any worry of getting lost. So we can basically head out I was thinking in that direction there, and just see how far we can go and what we might find in terms of a different biome. While we're out there, let's look for other items we can use to build with, because as we approach 100 days in this series, it would be great to add some final touches to our build. I'm not sure how much we will be adding to this suspension bridge we've got going on here. We have the trapdoors, which I would still like to replace, that have lanterns behind them. We'll see if we even end up doing that, because maybe I'll just take them off. It looked okay without that. In fact, maybe I'll do that now. We'll just make a couple adjustments to our suspension bridge here. And for those of you who haven't seen the suspension bridge yet, this is kind of a nice little walkthrough at nighttime. I've added cobwebs, not sure if those will stay, but I did my best to try and make it look cozy and sort of run down and old as well. And yeah, there are no guardrails to this, but I'm just very careful when walking here. And if anything does happen, I don't plan on showing that. I'll just explain what happened. Look at that, though. Our little lookout area. That's pretty cool. Yeah, anyway, so we took the trapdoors down. I think it's looking a little bit better, more natural. I didn't want this spike, this whole build, to stand out too much. I do like to have it blend into the cave a little bit, kind of, make it more natural, but still man-made. Alright, and then yeah, of course, this is our nice new and improved house with all of our plants. Nice little floor design. Maybe we want to add some other things to the floor, but we've moved all of our storage downstairs. Right here. There's all of our stuff, and we have our furnaces, 2 empty barrels, and a nice little bookshelf for decoration. But let's tuck ourselves into bed for tonight. Alright, good morning, everybody. We are going to go on our little adventure while you guys fall asleep. So by all means, just take it easy and allow my voice to help you relax and try and fall asleep. Alright, we're gonna cross our little lily pad bridge here. Pretty cool. We can just hop over these gaps with the horse, I guess, except for the little end here. And yeah, let's head out in the direction, well, really in any direction, but I'm thinking we head out through the bamboo forest here. Say hello to these pandas. Hey guys. Actually, apologies, but we are going to leave our horse, Sammy, behind. So we'll use Sammy if we need to go and grab anything quickly. And actually, we are going to take our suspension bridge and we're going to actually use it for what we designed it for. And that is to head out in this direction and cross our giant cave cavern right here. Spiral up the stairs and all the way to the top and head across to the other side. And now we should be able to start exploring in this direction. This is a direction we haven't traveled too far in. A little while ago we did find some parrots. Some of you may remember what happened with that, but let's just go in that direction. We need to cross this jungle. This is a very large jungle biome. So we have a lot of walking to do, but I think it's going to be a lot more relaxing just going on foot. And if we need to craft a boat, we can craft a boat and cross the sea if we need to. This way we can just take our time and just relax. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of melons around here, but we do have melons already. I don't think we need to collect any more. I really do enjoy playing Minecraft with shaders. I've mentioned it a few times now, but it's really nice seeing the light coming in through the jungle between the trees. It makes the jungle a lot more pleasant on the eyes, I think. Now there's so many melons here, it's hard not to just take some, so maybe I will. Could always use it for bone meal. So let me just spend a minute or two collecting some melons here. Alright, I think that's enough. Could also use it for food, which I could use a little bit right now since we've been walking a lot. There we go. Well, it looks like the jungle just continues in pretty much every direction here. That's alright. Let's just head across the water here. Down here you can see a bunch of glow squid, actually. I like glow squid a lot, actually. They look really cool, and I think it was a nice addition to Minecraft when they added that. Probably a long time ago by now, but there was a small period of time where I stopped playing Minecraft, and when I returned, all sorts of things have been added, just like glow squid. Oh, so there's a firefly bush across the water here. And okay, we have a new biome. It is birch, which we've seen already, but it is nice to see that we've crossed the jungle finally. So let's head through this little last bit here and go into the birch biome. Oh, look at that, we've got more of these flowers. Okay, I think we'll spend just a nice relaxing amount of time picking all of these up. Not that we need these everywhere, but if we see them, wow, look at how many there are. We should pick them up because they add a really nice decoration, not just to our flower garden, but in general to our build and our surrounding area if we can add these in. So we've got a stack and a half, but I think I'm gonna go for 3 stacks. And the sound is actually quite satisfying and fairly quiet, so I'm just gonna spend some time collecting this while we're out here. Hey cows. Hope you don't mind me taking the flowers around you. They probably don't mind. Wow, we've got so many. It looks really nice. Look at this. This little meadow here. I really enjoy the way this looks. Okay, we almost have 4 stacks, which is more than I intended. There we go. So we have 4 now, and I think that'll do for now. We can always come back. But as the sun sets, let's look around and see what else there might be to collect. And it looks like the sun is setting over an ocean biome here. So we've traveled in almost every direction, and it almost seems like we're on a large island surrounded by some large ocean. Alright, so the sun is setting. Let's just head to bed now. Alright, there are some pumpkins up here as well. And I believe we can compost these if we need to for bone meal, which, could help us with decoration. So we'll just collect a few of those. We are also still looking for a name tag so we can put a name on our horse. And we have our really good fishing rod with us. So we will do some fishing when it's a good time to pull over and do that. And we'll also keep an eye out for any structures that we might explore. See if we find a chest or anything like that. It's very tempting to just collect every single one of these flowers because I know once we start spreading them, we're going to run out faster than I expect. But I don't want to fill my whole inventory with them. In fact, we haven't collected these yet, I don't think. Lily of the Valley. So we'll just collect a few of those. That could be a nice one for inside the house, and of course to add to the garden. It would be kind of cool to see if we collect every single flower by the time we finish this. Not sure if that'll happen, but that'd be kind of nice. Alright, let's look out on the open ocean here. Lots of fish down here. And a dolphin in a very interesting area. I don't know what you're doing down there, buddy. I did hear that if you feed a dolphin a fish or two, it will lead you to the nearest treasure. So, if we wanted to do that, we could go on a little ocean adventure. But I think right now we're just going to focus on relaxing, and we might do some underwater stuff in the future. Oh hey, got a little turtle here. Well, a big turtle to be honest. Some tropical fish. Very nice. So I'm just walking around the edge of the island here. This is, I think in that direction or in that direction is our house. So I guess we can look at our compass here actually. So directly straight ahead is back home. So this is sort of the edge of the jungle biome that we are next to. So I'm just walking around it just to see if there's anything else. Maybe in that direction there might be something. So I think it might be time we make another boat. Let's just chop this tree here. And we'll just take the boat around and look for anything interesting around the coast. And if not, we can just take our boat across the ocean in any direction, because now we have our lodestone compass, which is really nice. Who knows, maybe we'll find a really cool looking island or something. I think I mentioned before, but my wife and I are recording 100 days on a deserted island. So basically like this, with we actually started without a tree. So we had to find alternative ways to collect wood, but with no land in sight for many hundreds or thousands of blocks away, just on a small island, building up our entire livelihood from who knows what. You'll have to see. But we are playing on hardcore in that video, so we will see if we make it to day 100, in which case I can link the video in the description in the future when that comes out. Alright, lots of sugarcane and a lot of firefly bushes, birch trees. Oh, we've got something new here. So that's actually a little mushroom. Well, it's a giant mushroom, but a little mushroom biome with dark oak trees. So that's some new stuff we can look at. And what is that? I don't think I've ever seen a structure outside of the water. And another one in the water here. We'll have to look at that. But something I was going to mention, as you can see, there is some issues sometimes with shaders. They can get a little glitchy depending on versions and who knows what else. I'm not experienced in that stuff. But yeah, that's just a downside we'll have to work around. So we actually have some more structures here. And I did not bring my Silk Touch shovel, unfortunately, so that is a bit of a downside, but we can have a look at the chests here. There's a treasure map in here. Yeah, we've got some drowns to deal with. So actually, let's look at the ruins on land here first. This is kind of cool how it can end up on land. I don't know if there will be a chest anywhere. Oh, but see, this is suspicious gravel, actually. And I don't have my brush on me either, but there are chickens for feathers. So I'll be right back. I am back, and we are going to try and take out the drowned here and hope that he drops, and maybe that guy over there also drops a copper bar, because we do need that for a brush. And look at that. Not the rotten flesh. Okay, there we go. He did drop a copper bar, so that's actually incredible. It's not every time that they'll drop that, so we got blessed. And we have another structure on land with a chest. Look at that. Golden Nautilus armor. That is the first time I have seen that. And yeah, another buried treasure map with 2 different IDs, so maybe that means we can find 2 different chests with treasure. Now the sun is setting, so before it gets dark, let's prepare ourselves for bed. We are ready with our bed. We still have to explore that one there. And we'll make our brush in a minute, and we will check all of the suspicious sand in the area, or gravel. Alright, so let's sleep in this mushroom forest here. Okay, our inventory is getting quite full. I think we'll leave the leaf litter behind, even though I do like to collect more of that stuff. We'll leave that stuff as well. Let's craft ourselves the brush to save some space. Okay, there we go. And now that we have the brush, why don't we see if we can brush up some of the suspicious... Oh, it was right click. Okay, so I didn't right click properly. That one just had a piece of wheat, which I don't think we're going to take because it's going to fill our inventory. Let's go underwater briefly here, see if we see any Doesn't look like it. There's another structure under here. And it looks like there's a light in here. Oh, look at that. So if I had my shovel, which I don't, we could have collected this as a block, maybe? But I will take the prismarine crystals. Let's see if we see any suspicious sand or gravel. Yeah, there's one here. That's a wooden hoe, I don't think, or maybe golden, but we don't need that. I did say we weren't going to do some underwater adventuring, so I'm not sure how much of this I'll be showing you guys. But let's just keep it brief and we'll continue on with our adventuring here. Just gonna check out this last chest. Hey, we've got a nice fishing rod, but we have a better one, so I think I'll just leave that. And let's see if there's any suspicious... There's a suspicious gravel right here. Oh, look at that, it's actually a pottery shard. So we might be able to make something with that if we find a few more, I think. Oh, this might be another one right here. It is. It is pretty satisfying brushing suspicious gravel and sand, actually. I do enjoy that. Here's one right here. And we have an emerald. I'll take it. Why not? Alright, so the last thing that we're gonna do underwater here is, why don't we have a look at the treasure maps? Buried treasure. Okay, so we are really close to this one, so we might have found it, but we'll see. That seems a little strange. Let's look at the other one before we head out in another direction. Okay, it's the same map. So we'll just toss that one. And I would like to collect maybe one stack of this leaf litter. Oh, look at that, there's another pottery shard here. We may need 4 of them to make something. I could be wrong though. But we'll keep an eye out for suspicious gravel as we search around these areas. Let's collect a stack of leaf litter. There we go, we have a stack. Oh, this might be a 4th pottery shard. I'm not sure if we can combine them, but we have 2 of the plenty one and the blade one. Oh, there's some more here. Another pottery shard, that's cool. So I think we can definitely craft something. Okay, we have an emerald. We'll take it. Look at that, we're collecting a lot of emeralds. Alright, I think that's all for pottery shards. And our inventory is getting quite full. That is alright. Now, I'm wondering if we want to collect a sapling from the dark oak tree or not. They're a little bit large. I don't know if we're going to want one near our base or not. Having said that, I don't know what the wood color can craft. Maybe a nice trapdoor color could be made with this wood. I think I'll just leave the buried treasure map behind. And we'll just collect some wood and a sapling. I think we've done enough ocean travel for now. Let's just focus on some land travel. And let's see if we can get ourselves a dark oak sapling here. I believe we need 4 actually. Okay, so we have 1. Okay, I think that's enough, and we have 31 of the logs, so that should help us with building. Alright, the moon is rising over there on the other side, so let's go to sleep. Alright. So why don't we explore a little bit around here? It would be kind of cool to collect a full mushroom block or some of these red mushrooms for our base, but I think unless I find another silk touch item in a chest somewhere, I won't be able to do that. But that is all right. We don't need to go around collecting every single item, just anything that we can, and whatever might be nice to add to our base. Oh, there's a little forest fire here. We'll just take care of that for the birch forest here. In fact, I can place a water bucket. There we go. Let's just help this forest stay alive. Yeah, so I think we'll do quite a lot of exploring over the course of the next few days. Let's grab some of these firefly bushes here. And we'll try and fill our inventory with some interesting items. And then we'll do some building and see where we go with all that. Now there is a nautilus there. I believe we need pufferfish to tame the nautilus. And after we do that, we actually have some gold nautilus armor. That might be something kind of fun to do. So maybe, on second thought, let's do some fishing around this nautilus here. See if we can get, I don't know, 2 or 3 pufferfish, and then we'll tame it and put the armor on it just for fun. I have ridden them before. You can go underwater with them and breathe, and they are quite fast, so if we end up taming it, maybe we'll take it home if we can find a way back. Oh, wow, we have a book here. Let's see what it is. Okay, Fortune 3. That's actually really good. Let's get rid of that pottery shard. Okay, so things are changing in front of us as I speak because we just collected a book which could allow us to put it on our pickaxe and get multiple times the resources. It increases the amount of resources mined with Fortune 3, so we may add that to our pickaxe when we get home. Make a diamond one and collect some more minerals with that, we'll see. But that is a nice book to collect. In this direction, actually, I see a spruce forest over here. And we might want to head over there and just collect a few things, because spruce is quite a nice wood type. But as you can see, our inventory is not doing too well in terms of space. Perhaps we just get rid of maybe the cookies, since those ones didn't do so well for us in the past. We have dark oak, so we can get rid of our jungle. Yeah, I think that's looking a bit better. Alright, I think we will continue on with our adventuring. I am not fishing up any pufferfish, but I believe we have some back at our home, so we might be able to tame one of those nearby our house and put the armor on it, which would be kind of fun. Let's head across here and check out the spruce forest briefly. And I'll take some of these as well. Alright, so we're in the spruce forest now. And I'll just collect some wood and a few saplings, I think. There's one there. Okay, we have 3 saplings. I'd like to see if we could get 4. There we go, we've got 4. And yeah, let's just travel a bit through this forest here and see what else we might find. Now we've got the cold color chickens, the blue ones. Look at that, the sun is setting up there in between the trees. So I'm just gonna get my bed ready. And maybe we'll climb to the top of this little hill here and head to bed again. Yeah, look at this. How nice. Alright, place our bed. Oh, look at that, we've got a wolf nearby. And some sweet berry bushes down there. Hey, buddy. Alright, let's go to sleep. May as well collect some of these sweet berries. Alright, and as you can see, inventory is completely full. But we are not done adventuring quite yet. I would like to see where we can go with this. Oh, look at that. We've got little foxes and a baby fox. I think we can actually give them sweet berries or tame them with sweet berries. Hey guys. Let's see if we can feed them a sweet berry. They're really fast, so I don't think we'll be able to catch up with them. It's pretty cute that there's a little baby one. Beep. Hey. Look at that. I think they just lied down next to each other. Maybe we'll give it one last try, and we'll just sneak up to them and see if they want some sweet berries. Hey guys. Hey. Oh, there you go. Oops. Okay, so I gave it to him. Or her. Looks like a mama fox. Does the baby want one? Hey. Oh, I think I'm helping it grow up. Look at that, they're sleeping now next to us. How cute. Alright guys, take care. I think that was a little special moment there. I think I see yeah, look at all these cows with horns here. I think we'll take our boat through the river here just to see if we see any other biomes. I was really hoping to see if we could find a cherry blossom biome. Oh wow, look at that. Some very interesting generation around here. But yeah, cherry blossom would be kind of cool. I think we'll collect these mushrooms as well. I think that is a swamp over there. But I don't believe we need anything from a swamp in terms of decoration. We could collect more lily pads. This is an easy way with the boat. I think I'll get rid of our pumpkins and I'll just do a little bit of lily pad collecting. It's kind of fun with a little satisfying sound as well. Although the shaders glitch is not making it look very nice. But hey, hopefully by now you've closed your eyes and you're trying to sleep, or you are sleeping, so it doesn't quite matter what it looks like right now. We're just collecting some lily pads and then we're going to continue on with our relaxing adventuring. Look at that, we've already collected 30 lily pads. Oh, there's a big pocket right here. Now we're up to 38. That's pretty fun. Alright, I say let's continue and see where this area leads to. Well, I actually see another mid-ocean ruin here. Let's get our pickaxe and see if we see anything. More gravel we can look at. Let's brush up some of this gravel here. Well, just a gold nugget. I don't think we need that. A hoe. Don't need that. I will take the emerald here. Oh, this is going to be wheat, so we don't need that. Oh, this looks like an iron axe. That's pretty useful if I didn't already have a diamond one. Alright, so which direction should we head out in? Maybe we'll go way over here. And I am seeing a lot of nautilus. So it would be nice if we found some pufferfish. But that's alright again. Another ocean ruin. Can't help myself. Let's just check it out real quick here. I'm more interested in a chest because chests might have like a silk touch pickaxe or a shovel. Or maybe like an interesting item. So I'll take care of this drowned here and I'll just have a look at it. Alright, I've taken care of the drowned. Let's see what's in the chest here. A map, okay. Okay, well we are pretty far from it, but I think we might want to try and look for that. I don't really see much suspicious gravel around here. So let's get back on our boat. And let's follow this map because that could be something fun to do right now. So it's hard to tell in which direction we're going in. We kind of just have to try. But since the sun is setting, why don't we just hop on this island here and go to sleep? Kind of a nice little island out here in the middle of the ocean. Alright, let's see which direction we need to go in. So as you can see here, we are... Oh yeah, we are heading in the right direction. What is over there? Some interesting things over there. There is a chance that this map leads to a chest we've already explored in the direction of our home here, but that doesn't mean we won't check it out just for the sake of adventure. This is a very random spot here. This is a naturally growing tree in the middle of the water, which I don't think I have ever seen. If I'm the only one, let me know in the comments, but I don't think I've ever seen a tree grow in the water before, naturally occurring. Now beneath that, there's definitely a lush biome. That's what that means when that's naturally occurring. That would be a very cool biome to explore, since it's underwater, at least this portion above ground. But yeah, that's for a different time or another video. Let's go to the X on the map, which it looks like it's going to be in the middle of the water here. So we haven't been to this one. Oh, we've just passed it. It's kind of funny with the little glitch here. We can actually see under our boat. I have a feeling it's right under that block there. So I'll check that, and if we need to make a door, I'll make a door before we check again. And it is under here. And look at all that stuff. Oh, we want to avoid this guy. I'll take care of that guy off camera so you guys can relax. And I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, I took care of him, so let's head down and see if we want anything. Well, we definitely want these diamonds, that's nice. We'll take the emeralds, of course, that's a lot. Copper nautilus, I don't think we'll take that armor because we have gold, which I think looks nicer. Doesn't hurt to take more iron and gold though. So I think we'll do that. Maybe we'll leave the gold for now, and we don't need another Heart of the Sea, so I think that's it. Alright. That was a nice find. So I can tell that direction is the way back home because of the compass. It's sort of actually more that way. So let's head in this direction, see if we find anything. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. If you aren't asleep right now, and you are enjoying your time watching this, just hit a like on the video if you like it, and if you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this. But if you are just trying to relax right now, don't worry about it. You can always like the video later or subscribe another time. Alright, so I am actually on my way back because I think we have done enough exploring on this trip here. It's been both relaxing and exciting, so I think it's time to head back, deposit all of our stuff, and see what we're going to do next. If I were to guess, I think what we'll do is some building. We'll get started on our final build projects. We'll still have to do some brainstorming as to what those will be, but I have a few ideas to get us started, and we'll go with that. Oh, look at this. We have an upside down abandoned ship here. Let's have a quick look at the chest, shall we? Of course, another treasure map. There's the second chest. Oh, we have some smithing templates. And potatoes, which I don't actually think we have yet. I did just throw away the iron, so apparently I value potatoes over iron bars. But I guess that goes to show you what's rare in Minecraft. And so let's actually head over here just to sleep for the night. We are almost back home. I can see the lodestone is pointing in that direction, and just on the horizon there, I'm sure, is the other side of the jungle biome, which will lead us back home. So why don't we sleep here for the night? All right. This is the first piece of land that's directly in the same direction as our home. So we might hop off here and just do some land travel. Looks like it's another acacia biome. We've got lots of those nearby. And I believe that's the jungle nearby our house. And I thought we had more of these firefly bushes at our base, but just in case, what can I swap for those? Maybe my shovel. I really do question if I'm valuing the right things. Tools and minerals and iron thrown away for potatoes and plants. Very interesting choices that I make just for decoration. That is interesting. Alright, we're almost home. So I'll check back in with you guys right when I get home, because this is going to be just a lot of jumping around and working my way through the leaves and the vines here. So I'll see you guys in a few seconds. Okay, let me bring you guys back in a little early. We have a lot of brown sheep around here, and I would like to get some wool. So I'm just gonna shear all of these guys. And I know I'm not picking up any of the wool yet because my inventory is so full. But let me... where's the last one? I'll just throw away my shears for all of this wool here. I'll just go back and pick them up. That guy's already regrown his wool. Too bad I can't grab more. Okay, we've got 7. I think that's good enough. If I can find my shears again, I could... oh, there it is. I'll quickly throw the wool down, grab more, and grab it all again. There we go, we have 10. So, with that very strange technique I just developed, we have 10 wool. And yeah, I would like to see if we could make some paintings or carpets. We'll see what we need to make all of that and go from there. So I'll see you guys in a second. I'm just making my way through all this bamboo really quickly here. Alright, we are here on the edge of the water by our house, and I have just noticed something. If you are not asleep right now and relaxing and just watching the video instead of sleeping, there is this right here. And I would love to take care of that because that does not look very realistic or nice. So we'll just take care of that. Perfect. Can't believe I never noticed that. Just a single block floating up in the air here. Alright, and we have returned back to our house. Hello, Sammy. And let's plant these potatoes. Alright, let's head inside. Ah, it's nice to be back in here. We can compost our wheat seeds. And let's head down to our storage room. And let's see what we can do. So let's drop off our diamonds, emeralds. Look at that, we have 22. That's mostly just from finding. Some prismarine crystals. And let's put our Nautilus armor there. We'll put our book in this one, along with our armor trim, which I would like to see if we can make. I'm just going to turn this wheat into bread. That way we have more space in this chest. There we go. Let's drop off our different wood types here. Different saplings, lily pads, lily of the valley. Got some more leaf litter. Look at that, yeah, so 14 pufferfish. So we do have a lot if we see any nautilus that we want to tame. Sweet berries. And yeah, we have a lot of melon slices, so why don't we compost a stack of those. We'll keep these on us because we don't have a lot of space. And I believe... yeah, the decorative pot. I'm not sure how you make that, because I know you can make it with the pottery shards. Maybe just like this? Oh, and look at that! So we've got a decorated pot, and we just got an achievement. Make a decorated pot out of 4 pottery shards. Yeah, so let's just put it down to just look at it. Okay, so we have... maybe I should have mixed them up a little bit, but we have some... what is that? It's like a car door on one side. I'm sure that's not what that is. And a sword. blade and plenty. Okay, well that's cool. So we'll add that to our... Where should we add that? Maybe right here. Yeah, sure. That looks cool. And this evening, I'm gonna place down some firefly bushes, and let's compost our melon slices as well. Where should we put our firefly bushes? Maybe let's just spread them around here a little bit more. Yeah, that looks really cool at nighttime now. Maybe we'll do one over here as well. That is starting to look nice. And just for fun, since we have so many stacks, let's just go around and add some flowers in different areas, maybe along the sides of the path here. This area could definitely use some more decorating, so we're just getting a little head start on that now. And you can kind of see how 4 stacks doesn't get us that much, but it's definitely something. I kind of like how these flowers just look like a bit of a natural path to this walkway here. Maybe we'll add a few flowers here. We'll still have to replace some of these torches with lanterns as well. No, I think that's looking good. We just went through 2 stacks. So we now have a bunch of flowers lining our path here, which looks really nice. Definitely adds some little details. I think that's one of the things Minecraft lacks sometimes, is little details. And I think that it's really nice to be able to add that in. In fact, we can do a few more here. And by Sammy here. And along the main path, of course. We'll make it a little bit more condensed, maybe like that. And I think I'm gonna sleep through the night here and finish up with the flowers in the morning. All right, let's finish up with the flowers here this morning. And then we'll consider what we want to do for some more building. Just some morning target practice over here. Oh, that's all it needed. Very nice. And just collecting some free bones out here. Don't mind if I do. Just gonna clear some of this grass here so we can see our path from further away like this. And finish up with a bit of flowers around here. And that is it for our flowers, actually. That was a lot, I think. But I think it is looking really nice, having the flowers sort of on the edge of our paths throughout this entire area here. What I'm thinking we do, before anything, is we make a smithing table. That way we can add our armor trim to it. And we can also make a diamond pickaxe with fortune, which would be nice to have. So let's grab all those materials. Alright, so smithing table. And let's place it right here. And I think what we can do is just take off, let's see, maybe our chest plate and leggings. And we need to add an ingot. Okay, so maybe we need to add something to add a color. I've never done this, in case you can't tell. I think emeralds would look really cool. Just a nice green trim on the blue. Alternatively, we can do gold maybe, or lapis. Yeah, these are kind of our options here. So what would look best with the coast armor trim? One of these three here. Or perhaps we go with redstone and we make it red. Let me ask my wife. Okay, so I've consulted with my wife, and yeah, look at that. We can do red because that matches my shirt. There you go. It looks kind of cool. Never done this before. And we'll do red as well for the legs. Interesting. Well, we have a new armor trim, and yeah, I'm not so sure how I feel about it. I think it was something fun to try. But now, why don't we make ourselves a diamond pickaxe? We can retire our iron pickaxe, which is still in good condition. And let's go upstairs and let's add Fortune 3 to our pickaxe. There we go. So now if we collect any more iron or diamonds, or coal even, it's gonna give us a lot more. I think Fortune 3 might be one of the highest, or is the highest fortune level, so that's really nice to have. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to do, wool. So of course we can dye the wool, make some carpet. Let's dye the wool first. Let's see first what color maybe our house could need. Inside here, we have some blue, some green, some yellowy brown. We don't have any red or straight up yellow. And I'm thinking maybe we do a little 4 square here of wool. And we can maybe do like a checkered pattern as well. So maybe we'll do red and yellow. And for the yellow, we'll just have to take the dandelion here. And the redstone I thought would work for dye, but we actually need a red flower. Oh, we have our own red dye right here. Okay. So let's see, how much does this make? 3. Okay, perfect. So we only need to make 2 of them into red and make ourselves red carpet, and 2 of them into yellow. But we do need to get 1 more flower. Perhaps we'll take that one there. And there's the second yellow, and there we go. So we have 3 of each carpet for now. But I was thinking we could do that for now. Just adds quite a pop of color, and it's a little bit more comfy. I think kind of a cool checkered rug in the center of the house. We do have 2 more, so maybe there's a spot here, like so. Yeah, or maybe right here, because this would be the area we'd do some work and we'd want some, comfy carpet underneath our feet. And the other things we can do with wool is make some paintings. We just need a few more sticks, and we have lots of those. So we can make 6 paintings, but maybe let's do 3 for now, and we'll save our wool. And let's first check up here if there's anywhere good for a painting, because we have a lot going on in this house. Perhaps a small one here, or maybe above the bed is better. We managed to end up on the villager painting, which is a very funny one, but I think it's kind of one of the cozier ones. So I think we'll leave that one up for now. We'll see if we change it. And let's add another one. somewhere else, what we can do is actually block this area so we just have the painting be the size we want here. So we can do this here. And now we can just make a too tall painting, and I kind of like that one because that looks like me and Sammy riding our horse in the desert. Okay, so I think that looks good for paintings, at least up here. Very nice. And let's go downstairs and see if we can add one small painting somewhere. That's a nice one, but I don't know if I like it in the corner there. And that's also a nice one, bit of a sunset. And I don't know if I like it there either. I think maybe I'll block this off and see if I can place it here. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. Maybe it's too low, but maybe it's just right. It's almost like a window down here. All right. Let's go to sleep in our new and decorated house here. And look at that, every time we wake up, we stare directly at these two villagers. That's funny. Alright. So, we can now look around and make plans for our final build. This will probably take me about 10 to 20 days, and so let's think about exactly what we're gonna do here. Okay, so this might be a little bit much, but my first idea is actually to remove all of these torches eventually and acquire something like glowstone. And basically inset it in this entire area here and make a giant circle of glowstone blocks. That way at nighttime this whole thing is illuminated almost like a giant circle or like a moon. And I think that would look pretty cool because it's got sort of a crescent shape already to it. Now for that we would have to spend the time to remove the torches. But before that, find obsidian, collect it with our pickaxe, and build a nether portal somewhere, and travel into the nether, which is not super relaxing. Let's just collect our seeds and wheat here. But I think what I can do is head to the nether, and I probably just won't show a majority of it until we collect the glowstone and head back. I'll do that because I think that's a lot more relaxing for you guys to not show potential stressful situations in the nether. And yeah, that way we can collect hopefully some glowstone and anything else that might be kind of nice from the nether. I wasn't sure if I was going to go to the nether in this series, but I do think it could be a good idea for decoration. Now that's just one idea I had. The other thing I would like to do is probably add a bunch of the greenery that we still have, like the lily pads around here. And we do have more sea pickles, so we can add a few more of those around as well, just to light things up and make it look a bit more lively. I would also like to get some more iron and make a bunch of lanterns, because yeah, I would like to replace probably every single torch that we've got around the base here with a lantern on a post. And maybe here we can make a little pool of water, because it already kind of is dug out from when we were doing the moss, which by the way we missed a few here. So why don't we start actually with that? We'll start with the most relaxing, and then we'll work our way towards getting the glowstone. And once we do get the glowstone, we can consider expanding our cave structure and suspension bridge a little bit if we want to. You know what, we'll save the lily pads for the pond as well. We'll take our leaf litter because we're going to want to add some of that around it maybe. Anything else? We have the spruce and the dark oak if we want to incorporate that into any of the building. And sweet berries. Oh yes, and our lily of the valley, we want to add that in as well. And of course we have our water bucket. But just for ease, let's make a second one. Yeah, so why don't we maybe fill in this area here. This can be the pond, and this area maybe can be one small pond as well. So we'll have two. So I'm just going to fill this in so they're a bit more circular and take away these little blocks here. This could look nice, I think. So let's place in some water and spread it around. So I'm just trying to make sure every block is a solid block here, so none of the water is running, and it looks like it has fully filled in, which is great. Alright, and it looks like it has also automatically filled in there. Oh, we missed a spot here. And here. And look at that, we have a wandering trader who just decided to show up at a good time because I'm planning to build. Interesting, so we actually ended up getting the cherry, the cherry logs, but not by finding it. Can actually earn some more emeralds if I sell him these buckets of water, but we have enough emeralds already, so I'll gladly buy some cherry wood. I don't know what we'll build with it. But I think it'll be nice just to have and explore what we can make with the very unique colored wood. So yes, I'll buy as many as I can, 32. Sounds good. Okay, so the trapdoors, which I was thinking about a while ago, does not look the best for the suspension bridge, which is fine, which makes sense because it's a little bit bright. Having said that, we might want to make some fences. And maybe we'll add that in the morning and see what that looks like around the base. But let's go to sleep for the night. So what does pink fencing look like? Maybe right here. You know, I don't mind that. And while we think about the pink fencing, let's add our lily of the valley into some areas here. We're going to have to start spreading out flowers in this direction. I like the sound that the cherry wood makes. How does the log look? That looks nice. Perhaps one of the things I also wanted to do was making this garden a bit more tame or natural looking. Not sure, but making changes to it. But for that, I was thinking we use maybe cherry wood to make some kind of a fencing around the garden. But before I do that, let's finish up with our ponds here. And let's add some leaf litter around here, maybe as kind of a path that runs between and around the ponds here. Now we don't have a lot, so that's it looks like. And let's see if we can collect some sand, because I would like to put some sand or gravel underneath the ponds. Okay, so we have both sand and gravel, and let's go add that in. And I just grabbed a shovel and some bone meal. So let's spend some time just replacing the ground here underneath the water with some gravel and some sand as well. That way it'll look a bit more like a pond than just water on top of dirt. I'll probably skip past a little bit of this just because the wandering trader is quite loud. So I'll see you guys once this is finished. This might take me a little while, but that is all right. I'll see you soon. Alright, this one pond didn't take me too long, but that's because I ran out of sand and gravel. It does look a little bit strange having multiple different block types in here. But let's see what it looks like when we add some grass, underwater grass here. You know, I think that blends in kind of nicely. Maybe we won't put that many in. But I think that looks pretty cool. And this one over here, we just need some gravel. So let's see if we can find some. So there's some sand here as well. So we'll collect some sand and a little bit of gravel. Okay, we're not going to spend too much time on the sand and gravel. We're just adding a few blocks for texture. I think it looks great with a few different types in the pond here. And this one's quite small, so I think this will look good. And so I'm just going to every so often add a block of gravel, like so, and same for sand. Maybe I'll make it over to the edge here. Yeah, just something like that. And we'll add some bone meal for some grass underwater. And take a few away, just so it doesn't look like it's full of grass. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Maybe we'll take a couple away here. This is a bit too straight line here. I want a few more back in now. Okay, I think that looks good. And we can actually add some sea pickles into there. So let's go grab our sea pickles. And maybe we'll add a sugar cane and a fern. And we'll make a few melons out of these melon slices, just to add some greenery and texture as well. Okay, so maybe we'll put the fern right there. And we'll put the melon maybe by the water over here. And we'll put the sugar cane right there. And let's add our sea pickles. It's a good time of day because it's about to go nighttime. So we can see how well it glows. And we'll just do a few single or double ones as well, just so it looks a bit more natural. It does also add some lighting, but usually doing 4 adds the most light. There, I think that looks really nice. So from above, this is what we're looking at. And we can add some lily pads as well. And I like to have them kind of at the edge here, so it actually kind of helps you walk around here just in case you do maybe slip off the pathway. You can just walk along the edge. And then a few randomly scattered maybe in the middle and on the side as well. And maybe we'll take one away from here. But otherwise, I think it looks nice. So why don't we head to bed here, this time next to our pond. Let's take one final look at these ponds here and see if we like it. Yeah, I think it looks good. I think we could add some flowers around there. And on that note, I was thinking for the garden that we have here that we've been adding to over and over again, we should probably expand it, make it a bit more spacious all throughout here and maybe around this area. So adding our flowers more spaced out around the ponds. And then we can maybe encircle it with some cherry wood fences or logs. I'm not exactly sure yet for that. But I think let's start by taking down all of the flowers and seeing what we can do with all of those items. It's a lot of flowers, and we've been working hard to plant them every time we've found one. And we may not even have enough inventory space for them all. Yeah, we do not have enough inventory space, so let's just use one of these chests here. Like I was saying, we could use this as sort of a dump chest. We'll place some items, and let's just grab all of the flowers, including that one. Maybe what we can do in the end is we can have our sniffer just walk around throughout the whole fenced area. Now I am seeing there are some orange tulips that the wandering trader has. So I will just quickly grab those emeralds again, and we'll just grab those as additional flowers that we can use to decorate with. Because I don't think we have found any tulips yet. Alright, so we bought 12. Alright, so we have a lot of flowers now. And a lot of space to work with. Let us also take back this leaf litter. You know what? I'm thinking it's time we let Sir out of his fence. And one reason I think it's time for that is because I would like to collect all of these fences, the mangrove fence. So I think we're going to do some kind of a fence design, maybe with mangrove and cherry fence. And now we have this whole open area to work with as well. Gives us a little bit of a better view for what we need to fence off. So let's think, how do we want this garden to look? Okay, so perhaps we'll make a border first. And I'm thinking we'll need some dirt, because we just want to fill in the border a little bit wider here. And take away a little bit of the grass. And let's just experiment a bit with the fencing. Yeah, and so why don't we just continue along with our checkered pattern? It seems to be a bit of a theme. And I think let's just make this sort of the border of the garden. In fact, I've changed my mind a little bit about the fence. That sometimes happens when I'm building. We will keep some of this, I think up to about there. And in the morning, I'll explain where we will continue to attach the fence. because I like the idea of this path being here. And in fact, let's add some more pathing blocks there. And I think we'll also make this the path as well. And of course it started raining, but that's all right. It's pretty cozy. You can always sleep off a thunderstorm if it comes. And yeah, so I like how this path kind of maybe goes around the farm now. And this one can come through into the garden and eventually attach to here. So perhaps we'll make it around the tree and down to here. And maybe we'll intersperse this leaf litter with some pathing. Maybe like so. We can add some more since we're collecting some now. Yeah, I like the look of that now. And so yeah, we're just going to continue to sort of build in our path around the garden. Maybe like so. That way we know what we want for the fencing after the path is in place. I do wonder where Sir has gone off to. If he's decided to explore very far. Okay, he's over here. Sir, you're gonna have to be careful. And I think we can maybe continue this hedge on the left side all along here. Make this part a garden, the pond be kind of the final edge of the garden. And I guess we'll need to attach the path maybe along this side as well. Let me go make a new shovel. Yeah, so if it ends here, maybe we'll continue it like so. And I made it a little bit windy, just on purpose, so it adds a little bit more character to the garden. Alright, so now we have our pathing that we can work with for the garden. And now I think before we do anything else, let's add in the hedges. So I'm going to make this one barrel here full of flowers. And then we just have to make one more set of shears. There we go. So let's go collect some of these oak leaves over here from these trees we planted a while ago. Alright, so we'll have to come back and chop these trees down soon. But we have our leaves now. And so we're just going to add in some of the leaves now. Okay, so now we have a hedge that kind of lines the side of our path here. Maybe I will change it a little bit here. I'm just adding some singular blocks here just so it looks a bit more like a natural hedge. A little bit more overgrown that way. And we'll also add just a few at the top here because it's a bit of a tall hedge that I want. Like a garden divider. And I think what we'll do is we'll also add a hedge behind the fencing here. I think that'll make it look really cozy. That way we don't see the cave really at all from this side. And I'm going to surround the ponds with a little bit of hedging as well. We can always take it back down It might be a bit much, but I think it'll look good. And let's attach it back up to the hedge over here. And let's make it look a little bit more natural now. And now I'm just going to add the fences along this side here. And at this point it's more for design than it is for functionality. So we'll just add some like this. Almost like the fences have been overtaken by the hedge a little bit. And maybe we'll do that over here as well. But let's sleep off the night first. Okay, 11 days, nice. So for instance here I'll just add a couple hedges just to sort of make it look like the fence was overgrown. And let's add some more fencing into here as well. Yeah, so I think it's looking nice. You can add a few more areas here where the hedge seems to sort of break through the fence. I think that looks cool. I'm just going to add some fencing here on the side of the path, the start of the garden here. And yeah, I think this is looking great. Let's just do a little walk around and check it out before we continue. I'm just gonna borrow this lead here. Alright, over the hedge, come on here, over here, sir. Okay. Alright, so we'll just let him go here. And hopefully he behaves and just sniffs around this area. But of course the fences aren't fully closed, so he might still escape, but that's okay. Alright, so now I think we should just grab all of our flowers and start placing them everywhere. Along with our leaf litter. And actually what I'm doing here is I'm color coding it a little bit. And by that I mean I have the red flowers, pink flowers, yellow flowers, blue and white. That way, as we're placing it, I can kind of evenly distribute the color types everywhere. So let's just go ahead and place them now. So I'm going to place the yellows first. I'm also going to take away the torches in the hopes to replace them later with lanterns. We'll add these little wildflowers everywhere as well. And now we can add our new orange tulips. And we have quite a few of these ones. Alright, and now we can move on to red. We'll add the bigger ones more near the edge, like they're part of the hedge maybe. Like right there. Now we can move on to pink. Look at him go, he's digging one up right now. Isn't that right, sir? We'll just plant that right there. Alright, so back to the pink. I think the back of these ponds here need a bit more, so I'm adding some here. Let's add the firefly bush maybe right there. And let's bring our white and blue down to our hotbar, along with the leaf litter. And let's add in the white flowers. And because I have not added many torches, let's sleep off the night. And onto the blue. And we have a lot of these pitcher plants, so I'll make sure to space them out as much as possible. Okay, so now our flower garden is much more spaced out, and it's quite large. Let's add some leaf litter for texture. And finally, let's add bone meal in certain spots just to bring the grass back and maybe some more flowers. Yeah, so I think it's looking good. It's looking quite overgrown. Got a lot of flowers, and now I think it's time to add the lanterns. And I think for the garden, let's add some stone slabs, and maybe some tough slabs as well, stone brick and tough. It'll kind of be like stepping stones and pathways. So maybe I'll make one here. And I was thinking definitely right here as well. Kind of like so. Maybe we'll change this one out to a stone one as well. And we'll add the last one to here. Yeah, that's looking really nice now. I think we could use maybe one lantern here. So let's have a quick walk around at night just to make sure everything is nicely lit up around the garden. Alright, so we just did the walkthrough of our garden here at night, and now it's the next day, and everything is looking great. And we still have one last task, which is to build some more over here. Go to the Nether and get some glowstone. And I will be saving that for the next episode, which will be the final episode. And any other extra building that we want to do, we'll do in that episode as well. So, with that being said, I wish you well, and God bless. See you in the next episode. Good night.